Hello and welcome to a new series for the channel. Going to be doing a Minecraft playthrough of Cuboid Outpost. I don't know anything about this, so it's I assume, at least from what I've read of the description, it's meant to be like similar to Sky Factory or Stone Block, where you kind of start with nothing and build your way up. So I guess to get started, we'll just have a quick look around. Like, obviously there's nothing around here, but there is this outpost. So I'll have a quick look inside. See what we have in here, if anything, and then we might have a read of this book. So it's a magna crucible. That's a fluid tank. Obviously, that's a sink. Pulverizer, a redstone furnace, and a centrifugal separator. What the hell is this? We've got the ME controller energy cell, energy acceptor, and an ME drive with a item storage cell. So I guess the easiest thing to do to get started is to read the book. So let's have a look at the beginning. Good day to you. I hope this missive finds you well. Before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to thank you for all the hard, even exemplary work that you have done for the corporation over the years out there in Outpost 42. You have our sincere thanks and eternal gratitude. Well, maybe not quite eternal. You see, our scientific division here at the Cuboid Corp have made a little bit of a mistake. Somehow they managed to quantum entangle not two but three singularities at once. At first this felt like amazing technological and scientific progress, but when they put them straight into one of our teleporter arrays, well, that's when it happened. What happened? So anyway, here's the short version. A chain reaction started. We can't control it. We've literally got a few more minutes before our entire communication network shuts down, and shortly thereafter, life as we know it on our home planet comes to a brutal, fiery, apocalyptic end. Oops. So there's no way for us to retrieve you, no way for us to connect you with other outposts, and only theories as to what might happen next. Sorry. What we can do, however, is try to give you the best possible chance at survival. On the brighter side, your outpost is amazingly well equipped, as you well know. There's the latest in luxurious equipment, including but not limited to renewable power in the form of both solar and wind generators, a fridge to keep your ration packs fresh, top of the line technology, the latest in digital storage that the corporation has to offer, bed, all the water you can melt, practically, somewhere warm to protect you from the elements. Life is good. Okay. Unfortunately for you, life is going to get a lot more complicated. For example, the planet you're on has no natural plant life. In fact, it's completely barren. No native animal life either, and limited natural resources. To make matters worse, we're not going to be able to offer much assistance. We can and will release care packages for you upon completion of certain tasks, which will be made available to you at the appropriate time. Don't worry though, you'll want to complete them. After all, your very survival will depend on it. Okay. So wait, mark these. Okay, so we've done that. Done that. Done that. We'll get our reward. Done that. Okay, unfortunately there are a few other points to be aware of. The accident seems to have made it possible for undesirable life forms to materialize throughout the universe. Oh, great. We call them mobs. There seem to be a wide variety of them, but every cloud has a silver lining, even mushroom clouds. They can provide to be invaluable as a source of new materials and even food. So it's actually good news. Yay. Yay, indeed. I'm sure you'll be super grateful for small mercy. Oh my god, can I read? For small mercy, so you'll be glad to hear that our science division has managed to cobble together a gadget that will reduce the need to sleep and make your naps feel a lot shorter. Simply equip it, and over time your need to sleep will be reduced as this sleep charm attunes itself to your genetic code. Now let's get ready to start your new life by ripping up your old one. Okay. Holy, that was loud. Breaking it down for you. Okay. With a distinct lack... Oh my lord, look at this. Okay. So there's a full tech tree. Okay, so... how do I bring the book back up? Uh-oh. Here we go. I knew. Sometimes you need... How do I view the book again? Anybody want to tell me how I do that? Shit. Okay. Alright, well, let's equip this, I guess. How do I put that on? No, that just puts it in my hand. How do I equip it? Or do I just have to hold it? I guess I just hold it. What have I got here? I've got ration packs, so I'll put those in the fridge. Cool. Now we got to try and figure out... Ah, we just have to click on that. God, I'm an idiot. Okay, so with a distinct lack of resources available to you, the only way forward is to find a way to recycle some of what you have now into something more useful. We're going to have to be very methodical and careful along the way, and to be frank, we might not have thought through all the ways of achieving things, so sometimes we'll have a lot of guidance for you, and other times you have to use your own initiative to figure out how to achieve some goals. So essentially, whatever we're guided through, we're going to do perfectly fine on. Anything else, we're going to struggle. To begin with, though, what's left of our scientific division has managed to pull together a plan for how to get you started. Trust in the process, follow the advice, and it will all work out in the end, probably. Before we get stuck into that, though, we'll need to make use of some of the locally available materials. Okay, let's have a look here. Planet Euron seems to have a thick crust of a fairly weak material, and due to the minimal tectonics, is in a fairly thick and even top layer. Head out into the snow. There's a shovel in the ME system. Grab your pickaxe and go mine some of it up. You should be able to combine some of what you collect into chunks ready for further processing. So why does it mention grab your pickaxe? Head out into the snow. There's a shovel in the ME system. Why does it mention the shovel? Do I need the shovel first? Where is my ME system? Is this the ME system? Oh yeah, I see. So how do I get it out? Oh, G to open guide. I can't even figure out how to open the... Oh, hello. Alright, so we've got an iron shovel and an iron pickaxe. Let's go... I guess we'll just start here, right? Clear up some of the snow. Now, I did want to mention, so obviously I uploaded a part 5 to Everwind, and I did get a comment mentioning that the audio was quite quiet. And I went back and had a look at it myself, and yeah, it is very quiet. So, apologies for that. I might try and re-upload those videos and just adjust the audio levels. I don't have the project file anymore, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it without like completely ruining the audio, but we'll have a look and see before I change anything. But I do know what happened. I had my headphones turned up too loud while I was editing, so for me it sounded like a normal volume, and then obviously it was quieter. Normally, so my headphones are quite sensitive, so normally when I do edit, my volume is on minimal, and that typically makes it so that everything comes through at like a normal volume for everyone else, but for some reason on this occasion my headphones were up, so something to keep in mind anyway. So I'll make sure the audio levels and everything sound good before the next upload anyway. But yeah, like I said, I will try and edit those videos and re-upload them with the proper audio file, or proper audio volume. But if it does distort the audio at all, because I don't have the original videos or the project file, then I probably won't worry about replacing them at this stage. Anyway, let's continue mining this stuff. I don't know how much of this I need. I also wasn't really paying attention to anything I just read, so hopefully I'll figure it out. So bring the book back up. So we need 16 of these. So we need those pieces and we turn them into chunks. Do we have the pieces? We have a lot of them. How do we turn them into chunks? What is considered my crafting table? And do I put it in here? How does all this work? Put some snow in here. Not really sure. Not too sure what I'm supposed to do here. So head out and snow. There's a shovel. Grab your pickaxe and mine some of it up. You should be able to combine some of what you collect into... hang on. Yeah, I can turn it into chunks in my own inventory. actually, now that I think about it. Probably a quicker way to do this, but whatever. Let's just do 10, I guess. And we needed 7, right? No, we need 16, so we gotta do 6 more. Alright. We have the exact amount. So that's done. No rewards. So I want to go to what rotten luck? Let's get cooking. Let's do this one. So you might have noticed by now that nights can be pretty scary. Haven't noticed because it hasn't been night yet. Those mobs, as we're calling them, seem to appear in droves after sunset. Be careful out there. On the plus side, it seems that some of them are affected by the natural radiation produced by the local sun, and some, but not all of them, perish in the sunlight. Even better, some of them leave behind some useful things. You might want to make it a habit to head outside in the mornings and pick up some of what's left behind. If you're really lucky, you might even find some sort of meat product that could perhaps sustain you until we get a better food supply sorted out. Okay, so that's not really anything we can do right now. Now that you have some chunks, you can make some metallic ingots. You can just pop the chunk straight into the furnace, but that's a little bit wasteful. If you pulverize them first, you can get more of the metallic material in dust form, which can then be smelted, effectively doubling your output. So these turn into... How do we do that? Oh no, how do I do it? I don't know. Oh, do we have to cook them in the furnace, right? Ah, okay. So how do you pulverize them first, though? Ah, okay. Sense. So while that does that, I might just go and mine a little bit more of this. Okay, there's a lot of stuff out there. Maybe not. Till we get a weapon, I don't think we're going to be doing... Holy, there are so many mobs. Yeah, I think we'll go back out at daytime. So maybe we sleep now. Perfect. And then we can go and grab some of that stuff and complete the next quest once they all die. But they're slowly dying. How's this going? Alright, so everything except the spiders are dying. And the creepers, obviously. So I guess I'll just try and mine some stuff around the base. And hope that a creeper doesn't sneak up on us. So I think we'll probably have to wait until we have a weapon, because we're probably going to have too many spiders and creepers to deal with. Which I'm hoping is something we'll get pretty soon. Alright, that'll do for now. We're going to turn it into the... cool. Tuck those in. Go put the snow in here. All that stuff. Right. See if there's anything around that can pick up here. So we completed that task. Which task was that? Was that this one? Alright, so we need a spider eye and leather. Or is it zombie meat? It's zombie meat, actually. Or rotten flesh, yeah. See if we can find some rotten flesh to at least get that out of the way, and then we can do the spider eye later. Oh, rotten flesh. Is there a spider eye around? It doesn't look like there's any spider eyes around. There's some arrows. We have, Doesn't look like anything's around here either. Just grab what we can for now. I might need to turn my view distance up slightly so I can actually see what's out here. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to play everything on default for now, though, just in case. Alright, cool. That'll do for now, anyway. Let's go back to the base and continue what we're doing. So, we pulverize all this. Chuck it into the furnace. We need 16 of those. Keep all the silica dust in here. So we should have enough to make 16, I'm guessing. The pulverizing it turns it into 2. How many does it take? Does it? It's just 1-to-1 for this? This is just 1-to-1. The next step is going to be torches and lanterns by the looks of it. I guess we'll be making a bucket out of this. We need 3 more. 2 more. Grab that. We'll pop these in here. Alright, so we've done that one. Okay, so one really good thing about the notsagodium ingots, hopefully that's right, you've been making is that for a metal it's surprisingly malleable. In fact, you should be able to quite easily make some notsagodium bowls from the stuff. Cool, so we're going to make a bowl and then you can make a bucket from any of the ingots you've made so far. So we need to make a bowl and a bucket. Do I have like a crafting bench though? Like that's what I'm struggling with right now. It's fine. Wait, does it tell you? Like yourself will say it's where you can look and behave exactly like a bucket made from iron, but it isn't iron, honestly. Okay, but how do I... How do I craft? Crafting status. So do I just pop it in here and then... UI crafting. It was similar, so... Oh! I'm an idiot, I didn't even see this. That's the bowl. Done. And then the bucket should be... Boom, boom. Done. Okay, cool. So let's try and have a look here. It seems that the carbon deposits can be crafted together into coal, which is quite useful really. If you make some rods out of those Nesogodium ingots, you should be able to make torches. And once you have those, making lanterns should be simple enough too. Until now, having decent lighting at night wasn't important, but since we now seem to have mobs taking over when it's dark, lighting up the place a bit might not be a bad idea. So, we're going to use 2 ingots to make a rod. So, boom, boom. That's a rod. And then we need to make a torch with that rod, which is just a... Oh, how do we make charcoal? Charcoal. Carbon deposits. Do I have carbon deposits? I didn't even check. Okay, so I do. Alright, so let's... Jesus, this rain is loud. Let me turn that down a little. put that on 60%. So it was 4, wasn't it? Make coal. Okay. And then we just need one of these and one of these to make a torch. Cool. Now we just need a lantern, which is the nuggets. How do I... Just these things? It is definitely not. Okay, so... How do I turn these into nuggets? I know... Ah, here we go. Okay, let's get rid of that. Boom, boom, boom. And now we have a lantern. Cool. Alright, so we've done that. Okay. Now that you have some basic materials to work with, you should invest a bit of that in some weaponry and protection. To begin with, let's make some armor and a sword. So the sword is just going to be one of those. So I think the materials are going to be, yeah, it's all your pretty standard recipes. So let's see, how many do we have? That's shoes, and then helmet. How do we do? I don't remember how to do the chest piece. Hang on. So put the middle one. That's chest done, and then do a sword. We need to make a rod. There's our sword. And last piece is pants. But lucky we got a few extras of these things. Let's equip all that. Okay. Looking rough. So make yourself some bone meal. We can then make a meal from it. The bone meal, we just need bones, obviously. So cool. Then make from these bones. I've done that already. Why is it not updating? Because I haven't gotten the spider eye yet, actually. Okay, so we'll have to leave that for now. And then we're going to make some blocks and the smasher. We'll probably do that in the next episode. We'll call it here for today. So far, pretty interesting. We obviously haven't done a lot yet because we're still sort of learning the basics and where everything starts, but we'll leave it there for today, and then next episode we'll obviously continue on, and I think next episode we'll probably aim for we'll try and get to the next like sort of stage. I guess this mining stuff would probably be where we're aiming for, but we'll see how difficult it is to complete all these. So far it hasn't been too bad though. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.